Hi, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' was cracking its D. About to react to this impressive vid. So she's covering this whole situation with Cleotrapa and Ice Spice. Apparently, Ice Spice has fallen out with yet another friend who has come out to expose her. Says that Ice Spice is demonic. She weird. She fake. She on Ozempic and some other some other stuff she's saying that she knows about her. I love that Impressive has chapters because this is a very long story time that this woman has given us. I do not want to watch this whole thing. 40 something minutes is, girl, I don't even know you. Let's be clear. So we're going to skip to the important parts, okay? That we're going to skip to the real tea. So yeah, let's hop into it and see what's going on. Let's watch. I'll listen to the intro though.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. I don't know what's going on with Ice Spice, but this has definitely not been her year. And I'm going to get into this whole drama between her and her friend, Cleotrapa. Well, they're no longer friends anymore because Cleo said that Ice Spice treated her like an unwanted stepchild on...
Oop. This is the girl who I initially thought the other girl who exposed her was. Because I remember this girl's face. She was on Kai's stream with Ice Spice, the very first stream that Ice Spice did with Kai. She was there with her. I remember seeing her. So I guess her and Ice were real cool, but not no more.
On tour. Cleo said she was played, betrayed, and unpaid. Cleo said that Ice Spice only invited her on tour because she was doing damage control. If you remember, Ice Spice's other ex-friend, Baby Storm, put her on blast and exposed her for talking down on Dolce and Nicki Minaj and other people. And she also talked down on Cleo. Baby Storm posted this screenshot of these text messages. And in this text message, Ice Spice said, "Cleo FaceTime me." Baby Storm said, "How did that go?" Ice Spice said in the call, she said, "I'm so happy for you." Sounded mad fake. OMG. And when we hung up, she said, "I love you." Like, no you don't. Also in this other screenshot, Ice Spice said she wasn't feeling Cleo and she called her shady and weird. And the reason why she was upset with Cleo is because she didn't back up Ice Spice's claims that she is Nigerian. Cleo honestly didn't know what Ice Spice's ethnicity was.
I didn't know. I seen her tweet though, but I didn't know.
Really? So
she never told me that though. I mean, if she's Nigerian, then period.
Now, Ice Spice didn't lie about having some Nigerian ancestry because her father confirmed it. But she didn't grow up in Nigeria. She grew up in America. She is Dominican and black. Her father said he is a black man. So we could lay this whole debate about Ice Spice's race to rest. But once Ice was exposed for talking down on Cleo, she tried to smooth things over by inviting her on tour, and Cleo thought that she was just being a good friend. Come to find out, Ice Spice was only using her to help her image. She was using her as her dark skin accessory. She wanted her to be a tag-along. She didn't really have any accommodations for her. She just asked her to join her tour at the last minute. So Cleo just had to wing it.
Perform
so
or
the ending of July, I could
be a backup dancer? I'm confused. Okay, so this chapter says Ice Spice asked Cleo to be on tour after shading her. No, I don't. She just told me why, to be her dark skinned friend. Cleo supported Ice Spice first, but also wanted to benefit from the friendship. Ice Spice didn't promote or accommodate Cleo. Cleo's forced to carry her own bags in the rain. Okay, girl. Ice Spice's team treated like Cleo she didn't belong on tour. Impressive. Get together. They treated Cleo like she didn't belong on tour, basically. Ice Spice removed Cleo's bag and $700 was charged to her credit card. Okay. Ice Spice embarrassed Cleo in front of her boyfriend, Riot. Okay, I want to hear this.
Something.
That is so messed up. So messed up. And it didn't stop there. Ice Spice embarrassed Cleo in front of her boyfriend, Riot. Now, it was confirmed that Ice Spice is seeing the producer, Riot. So they've been seeing each other on the low, and she invited him on tour. She made Cleo sleep in another section of the bus so she could get busy with Riot in the back of the bus. And then when they arrived at the hotel, Ice Spice pretty much let Cleo know that she was not wanted in her room and she had to find her own room.
So she told me to take a bunk on her bus because Riot was coming to the back. Riot's coming, so take a bunk on the bus. I was like, okay. Girl, I'm not gonna cock block. You wanna be with your man? Cool, granny. We came out together. It was her, Riot, me, and the security were walking towards the elevator. We go inside the elevator. She goes, in the elevator, you're not gonna get your own room? I was like, what? I didn't know I was getting my own room. I was back confused. I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to understand. And I stopped the elevator door from opening. Girl, why you can't say nothing to nobody? Like, why do you always try to give like an embarrassment kind of vibe? Like, it's not even embarrassing, but it's like, that's the vibe that you make it seem like you try to give all the time. Like, girl, you could have texted me that. Cleo, make sure you get your own room. This is the hotel we staying at. Like, damn, why we gotta get to the hotel and you telling me you're not gonna get your own room? Like, I could have had the room booked already before we got here, boo. But on top of that, I didn't even know that I was paying for hotel rooms because they're staying at five-star hotel rooms every place. Her label's covering everything. Label, everything's covered. You know what I'm saying? I'm an independent artist. Why would I come on this tour knowing that I had one day to prepare? Now I'm going to have to pay for 5-star hotels in every city. This is not something that I signed up for. This is not something that I was prepared for. This is not something that I told my label about. Maybe they could have, not even maybe, they would have helped me. They would have helped me, but you gave me one single day to prepare for a tour that you knew about months ago. That's so crazy to me, but we know why now. We know now that you added me to the tour simply because you wanted to damage control. The situation with Baby Stormy was making you look crazy. You thought to yourself, and this is things that I realized after the fact. I told y'all, I really thought that she was trying to make it up, but it wasn't a make-up matter. It was her trying to clean up everything that was going on with her, and let's add Cleo to the tour so people think that I'm a good friend. So people think that I give opportunities to her and I'm nice and I'm good. So I ended up staying with the hairstylist. She let me stay inside her hotel room. Every city that we went to, I stayed with her, and she was mad nice, and it was so fun with her. Like, it really just gave it was just fun. Like, it felt like how it was supposed to be with Ice, but she's fucking boring. Like, she's boring. She doesn't want to do anything. She doesn't even want to play Uno. She doesn't want to do anything. I call Ice. I'm getting ready and shit. Me and her, his house about to make videos or whatever. I'm like, oh, let's
She does seem boring though, can't lie.
She's like with that soulless demon face, just, you're with my hairstylist, so like, damn, my bad. It was really seeming like she didn't really want me to be friends with her hairstylist, but it's like, damn, bitch, I don't got no friends. So I'm gonna make friends with bitch that actually wanna be my friend. I'm sorry. She like slowly, gradually stopped talking to me, and that's because I think like she realized that I was like getting cool with the people that worked for her. So now it's like she's kind of like treating me like a worker. But I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends. Like, girl, it's like she wanted me to be miserable and alone, and it just didn't happen because that's not what God had planned for me, boo.
Cleo was going through it. She had to deal with Ice Spice's weird behavior, and also she wasn't allowed to have anybody on tour with her because she had to pay out of pocket. She wasn't even allowed to have any guests backstage to hang out with her. In fact, the social media influencer and reality star Darrell confirmed this. He said she wasn't even allowed to have people backstage with her even after the concert. She had to link up with me after at the club. She's not lying about the no guest part. So even though Cleo was invited by Ice Spice to be her guest performer, Ice Spice wasn't professional enough to accommodate her at all. She made her feel like she didn't belong at all. Even when Cleo wanted to get something to eat, Ice Spice's team said it wasn't in the budget. Like, how do you treat your guest performer like this? This is crazy.
Is this standard practice though? Mind you, I know nothing about the industry, so I really don't have much of an opinion on how, you know, an opening act should be treated and if they should cover their own shit. I don't know how this works. But it's like, is that Ice Spice's responsibility? Like, she just said like, oh, her label could have covered. They're not even on the same label. So I need more information about that, because it's like, why would that be her responsibility to make sure you fed and make sure you have a hotel? I don't get it.
So the hairstylist shows me like a menu and stuff. She's like, oh, production and whatever, they're gonna order food for everybody, pick what you want. I was like, okay, I'll get a chicken salad just like you. Like, I'll just get a chicken salad. Then she shows me like a message where somebody from production is like, Cleo is not a part of the budget. So I'm just like, how am I not a part of the budget, but y'all invited me on tour? Like,
I don't think that's how that works. Again, I don't know, but if I'm using just my common sense and what makes sense, I think about all of these artists who are on tour. That's like Meg Thee Stallion. She was just on tour with Glorilla. I'm pretty sure Glorilla and her team, they covered their own expenses. Even though it was Meg's tour, it wasn't Meg's responsibility to make sure that Glow was covered with everything, and she paid for, her hotel room, the food she ate, etc., etc. Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. New artists or not, or even if she is inviting you there, if you're saying you're on a label, like, wouldn't your label help you with that? Like, you're a signed artist. It's not like she just, dragged you off the street and she's trying to have you on her label and take you under her wing. It doesn't sound like that's the case. It sounds like she has her own label. She said it. Or she's under a different label. So, I'm confused.
And why didn't they tell you that make sure Cleo's good? Make sure Cleo's good. The same way you told me that I was going to be good. Why is your production saying that I'm not a part of the budget?
Okay. Maybe I missed parts. I mean, not maybe. Obviously, I missed parts of this because I'm not watching 40-something minutes of their drama. I was just not getting that. But apparently, in the beginning, maybe she mentioned that Ice Spice told her that you're good. And I guess she promised to take care of everything. I guess that's what she's implying. But even that's odd that if Ice Spice would promise that, and where's your receipts that she promised that? I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I feel like people are so quick to believe everything she's saying because people just don't fuck with Ice Spice right now. They don't like her. Okay? She's getting a lot of hate. Heavy. So I feel like people are automatically like, yep, you right, girl. Yep, I believe everything you saying. Yep, she wrong. She's trash. I feel like people want to be against Ice Spice. But if we're going to think objectively, I don't think we have enough information to conclude that Ice Spice was completely wrong in this matter. Based on what she's saying, and especially it's like, oh, you want them to pay for your hotel and your food?
Salad. Chicken salad. I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad. Y'all could have bought that chicken salad and literally got the money from my manager or me. But y'all wanted to show me so bad that I can't get nothing and that nobody is here for me that I couldn't even get a chicken salad. But went downstairs and I seen her in the lobby and her and...
Hello.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I had to call you.
Oh Lord, is she in jail? My apologies, people. I forgot what I was even saying.
One of my friends is just standing there, with a basketball. I'm like, oh, what y'all just did? Oh, we was playing basketball, whatever. Nobody said anything about eating. Nobody. I'm like, me and the hairstylists keep talking about food. We like, oh damn, we mad hungry. Like, we mad hungry just like McDonald's. Nobody said anything about food while me and her are talking about how hungry we are. Now we go to the tour bus, and we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We take one of men with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, where there's a desert, it's scary. I don't know. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate. Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse. Everybody went to a steakhouse and left me, the hairstylist, and the makeup artist. Everybody went to go get a bite. Steak, mash, cream corn, spinach. And we didn't have anything. We didn't eat at all. We're trying to figure out how to get a McDonald's. And y'all all ate already? Nobody mentioned it. You know why nobody mentioned it? Because it was a secret. It was a secret, and I gagged. One of the things that I have to charge to the game, I guess. I'm like, what? They said, don't say anything. We don't want to make it a problem. All right, I'm not going to say anything. One of the things I'm just going to have to bring up when I'm ready to leave. And that's another thing that I later realized when I reflected on everything, that this girl was really mad at me for saying something about that luggage, bro. She was so mad at me for saying something. Like, she don't want...
Ice Spice calls her a bum. Okay. Let's get to this part.
How much she didn't give a fuck.
Now, after the tour, Cleo did tell Ice Spice how she felt about everything and how she was treated. And Ice Spice was very cold with her response. She came at her crazy. She called her ungrateful and needy and called her an entitled loser. She called her a bum and grateful.
You're going too fast. Entitled loser that thinks the world revolves around them. Damn.
And needy and called her an entitled loser. She called
bum ass, yes, crying about a hotel room.
Her a bum and said she was careerless.
Enjoy your little story time. Enjoy being friendless. Enjoy being careerless.
And Cleo was also...
Where the fuck was you going to put your assistant? What? Bye, Cleo. I'm also human and you're not my responsibility. I said that. I don't know why you act like this for real. Shit is sad, man. You know how many times niggas order food and didn't tell me? Like, nah, no way. This is really how you felt and didn't speak up. Bet. To call me needy as an artist is mad funny.
Spice as well.
Why cash not on by bus? These people are slow. If he the opener, whatever. Since I'm so terrible to you, stop being my friend. I don't give a fuck.
Initially, she was just plainly saying how she felt.
You the opposite of respectful. You gonna act like you ain't trying to call me dumb, saying I'll just learn words? Oop. But what did she say before that? Like, stop talking to me, bro, because I came to you on some respectful shit because I ain't want to do it while being on tour. That wasn't the time or the place for real. Bitch told me to go to hell after all that. Okay, cute. And then she said, you disrespected me first by bringing up my boyfriend, girl. Like saying I'm an ATL to cheat is disrespectful as fuck.
However, Ice Spice didn't take it well and started firing back. So they were going back and forth.
Mind you, two completely different things, but I guess that was in the drafts because you're weird like that.
In these text messages, it was a mess.
How can the world revolve around me? Da-da-da. And I'm still not saying anything crazy. Everything you're saying just proves how genuinely weird you are. You said enjoy being friendless. You thought you ate that. What the fuck does that make you?
Now, we're going to get into the...
Now she's saying Ice Spice got dark energy.
Dispute that ended everything. So when I was explaining everything that I went through, it was a long ass paragraph. And like I was talking to my nigga. Like I was breaking everything down because I want you to know exactly how I feel and how it made me feel. Exactly what I went through and how it made me feel. I want you to understand it. And I also want you to put yourself in my shoes and ask yourself if you would even go through that. You know what I'm saying? Because people fail to realize that she skipped a very important part in her career, which was the grind. She barely had to do that. She barely had to do that. And that's okay. Some people are lucky. Some people are lucky. And we're going to call it luck. We're not going to call it her being blessed because I don't think the Lord will bless somebody like her. Her soul it doesn't belong to the person above. She is very dark and very soulless. And I've never been around this girl for more than 10 hours. It was just her energy. I got to witness this very firsthand. I was around her every day, 24/7. I mean, not all the time, because she would go straight to the back into that room, and when I would see her, like at the venue and whatever, because after the Philly situation, I barely saw her. She was dark. She just, oh my God, like it's even scary to talk about. Like, bro, that girl, she needs to be saved. Like, I don't know if she was always like that, if it's Hollywood, but Hollywood never changed me. What I was confused on is that
deep in Hollywood, bro. My fault for inviting you, and then look at your tweets.
I told you how I felt in Philly, but you couldn't tell me how you felt in Philly, and that was
Your fave eater must be out there, yes. Girl, boo, you wanted me to be in Deja room all day sleeping.
That's why we weren't really friends. That's how I realized that we weren't really friends, because you can't even speak up to me, but had the audacity to say that I didn't say any of those stuff to you because I'm scared of you. it's not even about being scared to say it to her. It's about being scared to see your reaction in person. Like, your reaction would have led to something bad. Something bad. And I wouldn't even have been able to say everything that I just said. You would have cut me off. You would have cut me off. But the fact that I said so much and all you had to say was that somebody was ungrateful, you just wanted all of this to be a reason to call somebody ungrateful. You wanted all of this so that when something was to happen or you was to mistreat me, it was like, girl, look at all I did for you. You mad ungrateful. Like, girl, just because you gave somebody an opportunity doesn't mean you have to treat them like shit. And I could tell that everything that was happening with management or production, that was all from your mouth, is what I'm now coming to understand. So if you were so mad about the bag situation in Philly, why didn't you just straight up tell me, bro, this tour is not going to work out? That's what you should have just said. That's what you should have just said. But since you didn't say that, and I just got a hint of just weirdness, I took a step back and just made the opportunity what I could make it. But it wasn't genuine at all.
She was the token black
Nothing
friend.
that you do is genuine. Everything is calculated. Like I said, I was the token black friend. You didn't have your other best friend around because you said that she didn't match your aesthetic. Like, there's something very wrong with somebody that is only friends with somebody for their aesthetic. I don't know what's wrong with you, but I should have never let you take my swag. I should have never even gave you a piece of it. Because Lord knows that you was wearing bodysuits and Jordans when you first came out. Now all of a sudden, it's mini skirts, it's little dresses, and big chunky boots. Like, girl, that's me. And I let you have it because I thought we was friends. But boo, you gonna have to get it back and figure something out now. Because I don't like I did not like that at all. But you know what? I'm initially going to do, charge it to the game and let everybody know what type of human being you are. Because it's not even like what type of girl you are, what type of human being you are. You're not a girl's girl. You're not for the girls at all. You're not. That's why you barely have any friends, and that's why you most definitely don't have any black friends. Never seen any black girl around her. And the black friend that you did have exposed you. I didn't even like the way how this girl dressed when she first came out. Come on, Y2K? I had a Y2K party in 2021 that I didn't even know Ice in 2021. She told me when we first, let's talk about the first time we met, because it's really gaggy to me that all of a sudden I'm the bum and I'm careerless. When we first met, you told me that it was a full circle moment. How did I turn into a careerless bum because of a hotel room that you didn't tell me that I was going to pay for? That's my money. That's my money. If I want to do what I use my money for is what I want to use my money for. And there's plenty of it. It's plenty of it, girl. It's plenty of it. So I should come out of pocket thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for somebody that's not even trying to promote me being on her tour. The only thing you wanted to promote was that you was giving somebody an opportunity. Like, oh yeah, Cleo posted it so everybody knows that, da da da. Like, bro, you did not want to shine any sort of light on me. And when you shined a light, you dimmed it. And you made sure you dimmed it down. You dimmed it down. And you couldn't wait for the opportunity to try to call me a bum. You couldn't wait to try to speak down on me. Somebody that you look up to. Somebody that you was watching since high school. You told me it was a full circle moment meeting me, bro. Meeting me, being in the same car as me. Like, you could not believe it. You were so gagged. But now your head is so big, you don't even know where you came from.
This was a lot. This was just too much. I was not prepared for these Risa Tisa tales right now, but Cleo was really exposing everything. She called Ice Spice demonic.
Ask me how far I think you're gonna get. With that personality, which is, you don't have one. With the way you act, with the way you move, you are a soulless individual. You are really demonic. You have a very demonic vibe to you, especially with the way I was seeing you every day, the way you mope around, and you just, like, if your makeup artist is not bringing that wing and making it pick up your eye, you are dead. You really look dead. You really look dead. And I'm going to keep it a beam with you.
Child, now Ice Spice did respond to Cleo, and this is what she said on Spaces.
The scary part of fame, honestly, is the moment that somebody feels like they can no longer use your platform, or like they're not getting exactly what they want out of a situation the way that they want it. You know what I mean? It's like that's when they decide to crash out every single time. Like, I'm noticing a pattern, bro. And the shit's sad because I genuinely was trying to help her. Like, I'm like, yo, do you want to just come on this tour? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just like join. Like, mad last minute type. What had actually happened is that we added another tour bus. So I'm like, now we have extra room. We have extra bunks. So I'm like, oh, let me see if Cleo wants to come, feel me? So she could do, like, her songs and stuff like that. But that's what the I get for trying to be a good person. It's whatever, bro. Honestly, like, you know, that's not gonna stop me from still trying to be a good person. Like, I'm gonna always help the next person out, like, and that's really my fault for real, because whatever though. But to say, like, just to leave out so many details is crazy. Like, how you not gonna tell the people we was on them rides at the theme park screaming our vocal cords out, like, to the point where the next day it was hard to perform. Like, she was having fun. So for you to try to sit here and complain about a chicken salad, it's like, you never came to me talking about a chicken salad. What are you really talking about right now? You gonna send me a whole essay after tour? Like, you just gonna get off the bus? I don't even know you got off the bus. And you gonna send me an essay with an intro, bodies, and a conclusion? Like, and you want me to try to, like, analyze this, figure out how I'm wrong, when all I did was share my stage with you, when I didn't even have to do that? You got less than 10,000 listeners, and I'm sharing my stage with you, and you feeling so entitled. Like, you thinking that my peoples that work for me is supposed to work for you too? Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, how I'm in the shower, you gon' barge in while I'm butt-ass naked, trying to press me about some bags, that you gotta carry some bags. What? Like, nah, that's that, bro, but that's all I could do, y'all. But the whole thing that's blowing me right now is, like, talking about some dark energy, trying to compare a tour bus to a slave ship. Like, what are you talking about right now? What?
So, for you guys that don't know how a tour bus looks, it looks like a slave ship. 3 bunks stacked up on top of each other very tightly on each side. Some may have more, but this bus that we was on had 3. And then she has her big room in the back, which I was staying at for the first couple of days until I blew things by saying something about my bag.
That is crazy to me, bro. That's so crazy to me. Like, you're really gonna be friends with somebody for 2 years, but the whole time you feel like they soulless and dark? Like, you sound dumb as hell. If anything, we both need saving. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, we was at the movie theaters. We was siphon. You not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go? Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Can I play with my pussy one time? In my bed one time? Like, damn, you want to sleep in my bed every day? That's crazy to me.
Child, Ice Spice went in. She called her a vacuum. Oh, why would she say that? And Cleo actually clapped back and said that Ice Spice was on Ozempic. She said, imagine being called big by somebody that was just big. I'm going to bed, bro. Ozempic got y'all gas and fat phobic now. Bet. Cleo also said that Ice Spice was running scared for Cardi being on tour. She thought Cardi sent people to beat her up. She said, P, you was shaking in your butt thinking Cardi sent people to get you jumped. Whole time it was a lady and her kids just trying to get an autograph. Like, help! Who the F told you to start with that lady anyways? Nobody. You picked with her. Now you scared.
Oh.
Now, Ice Spice's manager, James, came out, and honestly, he didn't make it any better whatsoever. He didn't put any of the accountability, and honestly, he did.
If another bigger artist hit my client and said, come on tour with her or him with 1 day to prepare, as a manager, I would advise my client this is risky. I would then connect with the other artist management and agent immediately to advance logistics to see if it makes sense to avoid hiccups.
Didn't make it.
So you pay your own. Look, this person says, former CAA touring agent here. James and his team are 1,000% in the right. As an artist, it is understood you pay your own expenses unless you are contractually offered to have them paid for. So it needs to be in writing, a contract. So Ice telling her, oh, you good. That's so vague anyway. What does that even mean? You good? How? So, yeah, I was already questioning that. And it says, and I've never heard of a headliner covering all an opener's expenses. That's crazy. Hello. I was just using my common sense. I don't know shit about the music industry, but that wasn't making sense to me. So people being on her side, I'm like, what? What? Y'all just don't like Ice Spice. Call it what the fuck it is, because this is not making sense. She's sounding like she was trying to leech off of Ice Spice. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. And we don't have all of the details.
Any better. What?
But in the text message, Ice Spice calling her ungrateful, that it kind of leans towards that being the case, is that Ice Spice, and let's be clear, that doesn't mean that Ice Spice didn't have ulterior motive. She probably did invite her on the tour just so she can look good and feel like, look y'all, I have a dark skinned girl on the tour with me, look, and we friends, look, I'm not a colorist and I don't have issues with dark skinned people, you know, because she did make those slick comments that were colorist, that Baby Stormy, whatever her name is, that she exposed. So she probably did use her for that purpose. I'm not saying she didn't. But this other shit, her wanting Ice Spice to pay for her food and her hotel and shit, I'm like, what? That don't make sense.
So ever. He didn't put any of the account.
And what are you talking about? Oh, see, I feel like impressive. I like impressive. Okay, but I'm going to criticize what the fuck I'm reacting to. Okay, I'm going to call it how I see it. I feel like impressive looks at comments of what the crowd is saying. Not every time, but sometimes. I feel like most of the time. She looks at what people are saying and she kind of leans towards that narrative. That's what it's giving. Like, I feel like she panders to her audience sometimes. Because when she doesn't and she goes off on a whim and she gives her true opinions, she gets dragged a lot. So, I feel like that is what is occurring here. Because how is he making it worse? He says this is what happens when an artist's team don't manage their artist's expectations when an opportunity comes in front of them. If you're not prepared for an opportunity and your team isn't properly advancing, then that's on them, not on us offering the opportunity. I feel like that's valid. How is that? What? And y'all who are speaking, you're not even in the industry. So how you being like, oh, look, he ain't trying to take accountability? This makes sense to me, just using my common sense. I ain't in the industry either, but just based on what's being said, like this makes sense. Like, yeah, okay, you're invited to come on the tour, but yeah, you have your own label. As she said, she's under her own record label. You got your own team, your own management. So they should be working out the logistics so that you're comfortable on this tour. That's not Ice Spice's responsibility. That's not her and her team's responsibility.
Accountability on Ice Spice. He said it was Cleo's fault that she didn't get her management involved.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that? And even the girl Cleo was like, yeah, if y'all would have told me, then I could have had my manager. Why didn't you do that already? Why you just tell your manager, oh, chill, I'm going to just go on this tour and then it'll be fine. Ice Spice, she'll take care of everything. I'm gonna chill and put my feet up. What? That don't make sense. And then, blah, blah, blah. This is so insane to me because the girl literally asked what was needed from her and was told nothing. She would have been more than ready to have her team and pay expenses. How do y'all know that? Y'all are speaking from her perspective, or what's she saying? What do you mean she would have been more than ready? How the fuck do y'all know that? Y'all just don't like Ice Spice and you want to believe her. Because that don't even make sense. If Ice Spice actually told her that, why wasn't that said in the text message? I didn't see anything that said, like, you told me that I wouldn't have to pay for the hotel, or you told me I wouldn't have to pay for anything. I didn't see that being stated at all. She asked what was needed from her and was told nothing. Where is the proof of that? Where is the proof of that? And even if she was told that doesn't make sense. As an artist, what you mean you don't need nothing? So who's going to handle everything for you and make sure you good? Ice Spice's team, their job is to make sure she's good. Their job is not to make sure you're good. They don't give a fuck about you. You're not under their label. Why would they want to make sure you're okay? That's not how the industry works. I'm confused by that standpoint that she has. I literally told her that she'd be paid for, and then in the multiple times she asked if she should pay. I don't believe that. That don't make sense. Because if she said that, then why in the text message was she calling her a bum and saying that, oh, you should have paid for your own shit? Why would she say that? That doesn't make sense. And even when she mentioned the hotel, when she said they were in the elevator and Ice Spice said, you're not gonna get your own hotel. She didn't say that. She said, wait, I thought you were going to get my hotel. She didn't say that was said. She was like, oh, why you didn't tell me? I would have already had this figured out. It's like, where you think you going to sleep? What you mean? Why they didn't tell you? This story, the math ain't mathing. But he says, 2 artists can't speak on logistics and business, thank you, and agree on it same day without proper representation thoroughly talking through. Their management needs to do it. That's their job. Management needed to properly advise their client and get ahead of any potential hiccups. I'm not allowing my client to go out on the road without me advancing it.
Basically, he was like, they gave her the opportunity, but she wasn't ready for it. And so that's why she did.
Ice Spice just got in the industry. She barely know what the fuck is going on. And she seems slow. Okay, let's be clear. She seems slow. So she probably thinking like, oh, yeah, you good, girl. It's fine. Because she not understanding how the shit even works logistically. But it is ultimately Cleo's job to make sure that she's good and make sure her team and her management, that they have everything together for this tour for her. We gave her opportunity to showcase her talent to all age crowds. She could have said something in the lines of, hey, this is last minute invite and I won't come out the next show day, but I'll start on this later tour date so our teams can handle logistics and I can be prepared for it. Yeah, but how are y'all putting that on. Well, you gave her one day to prepare. She didn't have to accept. If she wasn't going to be ready in time, like he said, she could have been like, nah, my team isn't ready to move forward and have everything set up for me right now. Like, this is too last minute. Because if her team was on it, they could have been like, oh, bet, we got a day. Okay, what hotel are they staying at? What cities y'all going to? Okay, we're going to have you. Where's the arena? Okay, cool. We're going to have you at this hotel here. I mean, there are ways to get shit done. Let's be clear, okay? Because I'm a get shit done type of bitch. So I know you can get shit done very quickly. I'm playing whole trips in a day. So don't act like it ain't possible. Talking about one day to prepare. That don't mean shit. So you can definitely get shit done, get shit scheduled, and handle business. So maybe they assumed that she was going to do that. Bro.
Get paid, and that's why she wasn't treated fairly. But see, Ice Spice should have never brought her on tour and promised to look out for her if she wasn't going to do that. She was acting as if she did her a favor when in reality, she reached out to her. Cleo wasn't begging to be on tour with her. She reached out to her and she wanted her to come.
But if you're an artist, why would you think that you're gonna get a free ride? I don't understand that. Even if Ice Spice did tell her that, then yes, she's wrong for that and she's slow. But that makes them both slow. Let's be clear. The blame then needs to be put on both of them. Because why would you just believe Ice Spice and be like, oh yeah, y'all gonna handle everything. I don't have to do nothing at all. And you an artist? How long have you been an artist? Are you not used to how things work? Why? I don't understand why you would go for this. This doesn't make sense to me.
At the very last minute, didn't give her any time to prepare. She didn't even pay her. The arrangement was very unprofessional.
What do you mean you didn't get paid? Where's the contracts? Again, what is going on with your team? It shouldn't even be possible that you're not getting paid. It should be, they should be legally obligated to pay you based on the terms and conditions of your contract. Where is that?
And Ice Spice pretty much threw her some scraps, and Cleo unfortunately accepted it, and she should have never accepted this. But she was thinking that Ice Spice was her friend, and also I think she saw this as an opportunity to get more exposure, and she was down for the ride until the ride got rocky. So I think Cleo made the mistake of selling her own self short. She was nothing more than a prop to Ice Spice, and she knew it, but she still hung around her expecting to get something out of the situation, but it all backfired. And I will say this too. I am on Cleo's side because I see how Ice Spice moves. We've seen how Ice Spice and her manager behaved towards Nikki. They were being messy. They had a deal with her and they reneged on that deal. And then Ice Spice turned around and called Nikki delusional and ungrateful and claimed that she gave her the opportunity to be on the Barbie soundtrack. Oh
yeah, that was goofy. She did say that. She is delusional. Let's be clear. Because I definitely call her out on that.
Was so ridiculous.
So I'm not in no way, shape, or form saying that Ice Spice is 100% in the right. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I don't think that Cleo is 100% in the right either. I don't think that, oh, it's poor Cleo and she did absolutely nothing wrong. She was taken advantage of and she don't know what's happening. No, I think she should take blame in how this was handled because she didn't have her shit together as an artist. So that's what I'm pointing out. But Ice Spice could definitely be on some bullshit. Let's be clear.
Because Nikki was the one who helped her career.
Because, yeah, when she said this, I was like, girl, bye, you delusional.
So we've seen how Ice Spice behaves. We know that she's big-headed and self-centered. However, I don't really like the fact that Cleo ran to the internet the minute they fell out.
Too. I don't trust that. I don't trust that when you do that.
If this person was somebody you consider to be a friend, why is it that the first thing you want to do when you fall out is expose them? You know,
And also, yeah, why are you sending a long text message about your gripe with the situation? And look what Ice Spice said. She said, I didn't even know you left the tour bus. I didn't even know you left. So you didn't want to talk to her in person? And then she tried to kind of explain it like, oh, I was afraid. Your energy is so dark. I was afraid of how you would respond or something she said. I don't know. I'm confused.
I think that's weird. Did we have to know all of this information? No, we didn't. But I think Cleo wanted to vent and tell everybody because she was hurt. But also she wanted to get her get back at Ice Spice. And she wanted to hurt her public image even more. So her actions were...
And she wanted to collect her clout tokens. Let's be clear.
Vindictive, if we're being honest. So I'm not going to say Cleo is 100% in the right.
Okay.
Even though I am on her side. And I do feel like Ice Spice treated her dirty. I just don't agree with her exposing her. You know what I mean? But anyway, tell me what y'all think about...
Oh, Lord, this long-ass video. This became just as long as the damn video that she made herself. Yeah, I already said everything I had to say. I did enough ranting throughout this vid. But yeah, I definitely think Ice Spice is an issue for sure. I don't think everybody is turning on her for no reason. I feel like she might not have the best business practices. But I think it is up to the artist to make sure they're good and their contracts are in order and all their ducks are in a row. That's what I think as well. And I feel like it's very interesting that her friends keep getting online to expose her. It's like it's giving clout demon, because what is the purpose? What are you gaining from that? Like, people already don't fuck with Ice Spice. Let's be clear. They already don't like her. But it's like, by y'all doing that, y'all are also showing that you're not a great person. If you are literally exposing this to the entire world and putting it on Twitter, the people have easy access to it and they can see, everything that's being said about this woman, or she was on TikTok rather. And it's tainting her public image. I feel like that's shady as well. Like, I don't know, but whatever. Hopefully they figure it out. I don't really care about these people. I don't give a fuck about Ice Spice. I don't care at all. So let's start there. But that's my opinion on how an artist should move on somebody else's tour. There's that. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!